or people whose ring finger is longer than their pointer finger versus those with the opposite. One's skin color is a characteristic, a physical one. It has no bearing on anything, not intelligence, not ability, not strength. But in our society, we've decided that skin color, along with a few other characteristics, are important. We think that there is a difference between people with certain traits. There isn't. There's no difference. You're taking one arbitrary sample and comparing it to another. Do you know why people have darker skin? Because their ancestors evolved in places where there are higher levels of UV radiation hitting the ground. Do you know why people have lighter skin? Because their ancestors evolved in places where during certain parts of the year they weren't getting enough UV radiation to produce vitamin D. Sure, maybe black people score lower on certain tests, but that's just due to confounders such as socioeconomic status, etc., that arose as a result of the human concept of race and the racism that followed. It's also due to confounders such as a racist education system and chance variation. So are black people somehow better at sports? No! It's just that people who society considers to be black with dark skin, wider nose, curly hair, evolved in savanna climates where long limbs were selected for. Black people don't got game. Long-legged, athletic people got game. Black and white. What weird categories. How do you know if someone's black or white? How? Skin color? How dark? How light? Hair texture? Nose shape? Is it a combination or all of the above? Do I have to know where you're from or how you talk or how you dress? How many drops of blood do I need? Just one? Of course, there are ethnicities. Of course, there are people who are lighter skinned or darker skinned or have a wider nose. But to categorize people by such characteristics is inherently racist. Race is a racist concept. Why are you African American? And I'm just plain American. Your ancestors have been in this country longer than me. One of my grandparents immigrated here when he was a kid, and yet, I'm a bona fide American. But because your skin is darker than me, you have to be qualified as African American. Does that make sense? The sooner we realize how arbitrary and incorrect, both logically and biologically, the categories of race are, the sooner we can deal with racism. So you are not black. I'm sorry. And I'm not white. I don't even think he's Hispanic. He's okay, I guess. I'm not colorblind. On the contrary, I see color. Please see color. Look at skin color. Look at hair texture and shape. Appreciate the differences, the variation. But don't try to put me into some sort of arbitrary box just because some racist people coined the terms Negroid and Caucasoid. I have traits indicative of a Northern Hemispheric descent. For all those people out there who look like me, repeat. I have traits.
I have traits.
Indicative of.
Indicative of.
A Northern Hemispheric descent.
A Northern Hemispheric descent.
Others have traits indicative of an equatorial African descent. For all those people out there who think they are black. Repeat. I have traits.
I have traits.
Indicative of.
Indicative of.
An equatorial African descent.
An equatorial African descent.
Now, isn't that simple? Got it!